kickstart the show then. And Winnie, not much happening in the US markets. Flattish moves coming in, but inflation data important to watch out for today.
Absolutely, that's what we're keeping an eye out on, because US did have a mixed close that came in. While Dow Jones saw a decline of almost 0.4% in trade, we did have the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, which managed to see and close with some bit of a positive sign. So yes, Nasdaq closed up almost 0.2%, while in terms of the S&P 500 closed almost flattish in trade. Now, obviously, what we're seeing is gains came in for technology, so that's why Nasdaq was up. Oil and gas, utility sector, that was among the top gainers there in terms of sectors over there. Consumer goods, industrials and financials, that was leading the losses and saw a sharper decline. Overall, when you're looking at the best performers that came in terms of Dow Jones, we kept out for the names of Walmart, because yes, that was in focus after we saw the numbers come out for Walmart. Other than that, we also had let's keep an eye out on Apple Inc. that was in focus as well. And in worst performers, we had Boeing that saw a fall of almost 2.25%, Procter & Gamble that also saw a decline of more than 2%, and Intel Corporation, among other names, that saw a decline of almost 1%. We had Nvidia also, which performed well. So the AI company, which is there, the chip maker that is there, that saw good performance gains of almost 4%. So, because the tech stocks did well, we're seeing that Nasdaq managed to hold on to better gains versus the Dow Jones or the S&P 500. As of now, when you're looking at the stock futures, US stock futures seems like a bit of a flattish move that we're seeing. The inflation data in the US is going to be a key to watch out for. The 2% target, they're still far off from that, but obviously everyone's keeping an eye out on that, in which direction the inflation data is moving. Though on the India front, yesterday when we did have the data point, it was an interesting one, a positive move there. So yes, better than what everyone was expecting in India for the inflation. Is that the case for US? Everyone's going to be keeping an eye out on that. But let's move on, talk about the European markets as well. European markets have also closed a bit mixed. We're seeing DAX, very muted day of close that came in, slight bit of a positive bias. FTSE closing with gains of almost 0.5%. In UK also this week we'll be seeing the inflation data. So across globe, the key point is going to be inflation data, and that's where the rate cuts start coming in from the central bank. So all eyes on that. So staying as of now, even Nifty implied open, what you're looking at is a muted start for India. We've seen a mixed close coming in from the global markets. Keeping an eye out on how India actually performs in trade today. Given that our inflation data wasn't bad, maybe we could
data pretty decent coming
yeah.
in
So then it could be a possibility that we could actually again one more time outperform the global markets. Is that the case? That we'll be surely keeping an eye out.
Well, here's hoping for that. But on
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.